Hey, everybody. That's not at all what I thought it was, but hey, that was still pretty cool with that little horsey thing going on.
I missed it. I was laying down.
Hold on, let's try. Is it?
Is that our new Fantasy Cares logo, or are we becoming the Horse Bowl?
The horse? I think we're just embracing retro. Hold on, this is the one. I think Bob's just really digging the retro vibe, so he just went with it. But that's cool. All right. Well, hey everybody, welcome. We are here. We're here to wrap up week 1 of SFB 14. Hopefully you did well. If you didn't, hey, it's only week 1. There's plenty of time to not do bad. But hey, if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you don't get the notification every time we go live, which, hey, I gave like 40-ish minutes. It was closer to like 34 minutes notice, which is like almost a record for me. But the goal is to try and do it around on Tuesdays around 2 o'clock. Maybe might be pushing it to 2:30 every single week, just to try and get a little, be a little bit more predictable. Well, sorry. Should I talk lower? You want to take a nap? You want me to?
I do.
Okay, but we are here to talk about SFB 14. Man, like I know ever since they reduced the preseason, a lot of people joke that week 1 is like preseason week 4 now. And it kind of looked like it this week. This week was sloppy in a certain way. It was just a lot of iffy, a lot of, oh man, I hope like this doesn't stay that way. I hope this doesn't stay that way.
Only 14 quarterbacks had 200 or more yards passing.
Right. And like we'll get into some of the stats that it took for some of these players to get even decent scoring. But if you were here last year for our wrap-up shows, we do not go very far without giving some stuff away. So let's give away a Funko Pop like the good old days. It is 2:05 until 2:08. Type T-Law into the chat and you will be entered onto the wheel to win a Trevor Lawrence Funko. I almost said Travis Lawrence, and that's not this guy. See, this is Trevor Lawrence. So type T-Law in the chat and you'll be entered to win the Trevor Lawrence Funko Pop. Not signed, just putting it out there. This is just a regular old cutie little Funko Pop with their gigantic black soulless eyes. And
can you sign it?
I can sign it if you want me to.
Could be Russell signed. That would be pretty cool, right? Right, chat? Wow.
I'll just start, no matter what it is, I'm going to start signing everything we give away. Oh, it's a Ja'Marr Chase signed jersey? Well, now it's a Ja'Marr Chase and Russ Fisher signed jersey.
I mean, you don't need to say add Russ Fisher. You could say this is a signed Trevor Lawrence Funko Pop. It's just not signed by who you think it is.
Look, it's their fault for assuming. You never assume.
Yeah.
Us old folks have watched enough TV where we learn that when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
I mean, the Bears just did it. Floor kill.
Yeah, but the Bears kind of cheated on that one.
That's right. They technically didn't because they traded back. I see what you're saying. And they were second overall, right? No, they were first. They're first. Their Bryce Young pick was the first pick. Oh. Indeed.
How'd you do?
Definitely top 1,000. I'm 2-0. I'm third in my division. I don't remember. It might even be like top. I don't know. I should check. I could check that. There's a way. You can go to scottfishbowl.com and you can go on the leaderboard. and then you can type in your name. I could even show people.
Let me know if you're serious, Dave. I absolutely will.
Yeah. There's the thing that's please consider donating to Fantasy Cares. And then you go it on here and you're like, Scott Fish 24. I'm 870 overall.
All right. Well, I scored about 12 more points than you. So that means I am higher than you are.
Yay. So.
All right. We have hit 208.
You did score 12. You're at 440.
Wow. That is a lot for 12 points.
Yeah, that really is.
I would like to give a personal thank you to Jaden Reed for being the only reason I scored any points whatsoever. And my kickers. Again, as long as you're not in the Han Solo and Chewbacca division and you are on MFL, seriously, you should be starting kickers. So many kickers. I had Russell Wilson and T. Higgins, who... Yeah, and I'm guessing that both of them wouldn't have both scored 22 plus points because both of those kickers I put in did. Of course, Justin Tucker, my original kicker, scored less than both of them. Oh, well, I don't need to add that to the stage. What I need to add to the stage is the wheel because we are about to spin. Find out who is going to win.
The Wheel of Destiny.
Because it's the Wheel of Destiny. Man, I saw that video, like the ad going on. I'm like, who is that? How did they get in here? Nope, just an ad. All right, let's find out who is going to win the Trevor Lawrence Funko Pop. Trevor Lawrence. Ross T. Congratulations, Ross T. You got to let me know who you are. I think you're actually watching on Twitter. But let us know your actual Twitter handle and then, or just reach out to @DynastyOuthouse or @FantasyCares.org and we will get your information so I can get you this. Hold on. I almost tried. What is it with me and Travis? Trevor Lawrence Funko.
Trevor Lawrence
goes to Ross T. So Ross T, hopefully you are still here. You are still watching. And if you are, reach out to @DynastyOuthouse or @FantasyCares.org and we'll get your information and get you that Funko. Now, let's get back to this. Top scorer of the week. Did you trust it? Did you believe it? Did you actually realize what kick returners were going to do in this league? I did not.
I did not either at all.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's a few of these guys were still on the waiver wire, so I put my ads in. But top scorer of the week, kick returner Raheem Blackshear. It's funny. Last year, I did my best to find all of these players in full, like in a game picture. But he just has such a nice smile. He looks so happy that I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just going to find the best picture that I like the most. 204 kickoff return yards. 204 kickoff return yards. That's 40.8 points. That's it. He's a running back. He had no rushes, no targets, no receptions. 204 kickoff return yards got him all these points. So it looks like you want the kickoff returners for teams with just atrociously bad defenses. Other teams score some points, you get some kick return yards. And it didn't go as high as I thought it would. I think at one point during the 4:00 games, I saw a stat where it was only like another 11 or 12% of returns. Like it wasn't egregiously higher. It wasn't like the 50%, like from 21 to like 13 to 50%. It wasn't. But I don't remember seeing any flags, which is like was one of the biggest annoyances of the old kickoffs. And action, baby, action. All right, so after our top scorer of the week, we have the top performers of the week by position. Like I said, just look at that. I wish the person who made this Saquon picture had their name on it somewhere so I could say, hey, you, great picture. But Saquon Barkley was the top scoring running back. 24 rushes for 109 yards, 2 receptions for 23 yards, total of 3 touchdowns. All right, so we can just write off that Jalen Hurts is scoring touchdowns and Saquon Barkley is screwed thing, right? Because he put up 40.2 fantasy points. That's a lot of fantasy points.
That is.
And the unlikely guy to make it to the top scorer of his position, Isaiah Likely.
On my bench.
I started him in 1 league. I still lost incredibly because I had to start Isaiah Likely. But yeah, 12 targets. This is me crossing as many fingers as I can that Mark Andrews just needs to get back to game speed.
Yeah, I'm not super worried just yet on Mark Andrews. But if you look at the top tight ends last year, it was a hilarious pile of dog crap almost. It's really weird how sometimes that happens in week 1.
Oh yeah, it's usually Hunter Henry, Hayden Hurst. Like we had a bunch of really weird guys. Is that the right amount? Because that's the amount on the leaderboard is 3878.
Yes. So I wanted to speak on that. So on MFL, there were some people who didn't set lineups, and also there's just a ton of people whose sleeper handles do not match. And if you have a 0 for the week, or if your sleeper handle doesn't match, you're not going to show up on the leaderboard. So so it's about 100 off. I'd say majority of that are sleeper handles that don't match though. Because that's how we connect you. Yeah, the sleeper handle on SFB has to match with the sleeper handle on sleeper. Otherwise, it won't match. So there's 3996 people. So about 120 people off. They're just not going to show up right now.
You should all be ashamed of yourselves with the amount of times we reminded you to get
this stuff. The thing is, we got most of them fixed. We did know even during the drafts there were probably like 30 or 40 that weren't, and we told them to fix it. But also sometimes people just change their sleeper handles, like they change their Twitter handles. I don't really do that, but people just do that, and that's gonna pull you off the leaderboard. Yes. I did expect this. It was actually pretty widely talked about. We kind of expected that some kick returners could be absolute week winners. That's for sure.
So Isaiah Likely, 12 targets, 9 receptions, 111 yards, excuse me. And technically only 1 touchdown. But by a toenail, it was only 1 touchdown. Oh, like my brother is a Ravens fan. He was messaging me. He was losing it. Like, toe tip on that white in the back of the end zone. Totaling 36.6 fantasy points. That's like not putting in your Circa Survivor pick.
Oh, he's talking about the people who missed setting a lineup. Yeah, that 45 people didn't put in their Circa pick. My Circa entry, I had 2 entries. One was the Bengals. That's toast. My second one was the Seahawks, so I'm still alive, which is nice. I'm going to win those millions. All you have to do is pick the winner, right?
Millions.
Wow.
Next, we have Josh Allen, our top scoring quarterback, giving them finger guns. Passing, he was 18 of 23 for 232 yards. One of those few quarterbacks, like Scott said at the beginning, to throw for over 200 yards. Rushing 9 times for 39 yards, a total of 4 touchdowns. I think it was 2 and 2. I can't remember. But it took 4 just remember how passing stats are very nerfed at this point, and I just like saying nerf. It took 4 touchdowns for him to put up 35.79 fantasy points. QBs are going to have to work to keep in this. Cooper Kupp, 21 targets. Josh Allen only threw 2 more passes than Cooper Kupp had targets. And he caught 14 of those 21 for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, giving him 35.5 fantasy points. Our special teamers of the week, because special teams are going to be playing a big part in the winner of this. So I figure you might as well show them some love in here. We talked about Raheem Blackshear hopefully the top scorer of the week won't be a kick returner every single week, so we could actually use this segment as a way to actually show some love. 8 kickoff returns, by the way, which were those 204. I feel like that number is not right. Is that what it was? Yeah, 204 kickoff return yards for 40.8 fantasy points. And Blake Groupie, to the point where Chris Hansen, during the Red Zone broadcast, was like, hopefully this is your kicker in fantasy. 5 extra points, 4 field goals, 192 field goal yards. And Bob deleted the amount of fantasy points he has, but I think it was somewhere in the 35 area. The top 15 scorers in general. Raheem Blackshear, we talked about. Saquon Barkley. We have a running back at 3, Joe Mixon, who we didn't talk about, 37.3 points. Isaiah Likely, here we go. We got Kevontae Turpin, a Dallas wide receiver, apparently throwing up 36 points. Josh Allen here, Blake Groupie, 35.7 points. Cooper Kupp, there's our boy, Rashid Shaheed. Look, apparently there is no overdrafting Rashid Shaheed in whatever draft you are in. You took him in the first. It seems like he might be worth it at this point. DJ Dallas, 34.6, bolstered by, I believe, the lone touchdown on the kick returns.
Yep.
But still, there you go. Jaden Reed, our next wide receiver, coming in at 34.35 fantasy points. Jalen Darden is apparently A, on Cleveland, and B, returning their kicks for 33.8 fantasy points. Baker having a show. 2 touchdowns to Mike Evans also. 33.13. Jordan Mason. Like, you sit there thinking, oh, great, I have to replace Christian McCaffrey. Oh, Turpin had a return touchdown as well. Was it a kickoff or a punt? Because those are different things.
Punt.
Okay, so there we go. We had one of each. Jordan Mason showing that he is not just a backup, but you're not stealing touches from Christian McCaffrey, putting up 32.7 fantasy points. And Jaden Daniels, rookie extraordinaire quarterback, the only rookie on this list. At least it's the only R in parentheses I could see on here, putting up 31.48 fantasy points. Next, all right, ignore this condensed, sloppy thing, but who wants to win a signed jersey? That's what we're doing right now. It is 2:20 until 2:23. Why don't you go and put in the word jersey in the chat? And if you have been hanging out with us while I was hosting the calendar countdown to kickoff, you know that I have a giant pile of jerseys next to my desk that I still have not cleaned up. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to find out who wins. I'm going to throw my hand in the pile of jerseys down there, and that's the jersey you're going to win. It's going to be just like that. Ooh. Oh man, you were all fast. I have to scroll up pretty far to get to the people saying jersey.
Oh, you're doing they have to write the word jersey. We need to figure out a better way than write this in the chat.
It's called viewer interaction, Scott. I mean, okay. We just need a better app to pull names where it's not just like the first 25 or something.
Or a producer in the background. How much do producers cost?
I mean, anyone free at 2:30 on Tuesday afternoons that want to come in here and help us out in some way, shape, or form? Go to fantasycares.org/volunteer and fill out that form. Let us know.
Whew. Yep. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, have all that stuff.
Oh, and don't forget about fantasycares.org/stickers, the sticker of the month club.
Ooh. Do we have a banner I can put up for that? I bet there is. Let me put Russ in the corner first. Okay. There's stickers. Stickers. That's the only campaign we have going on right now, correct?
I believe so, because everything else were the contests that started.
Yeah. Yep.
And we will have one that we will announce at the end of the stream. Tease.
We might have another one this week as well. Wow, just too fun. I will look into that, Tyler. I'm gonna guess you're correct. He might be.
I just started going through them.
You might be right, though. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, Tyler, you're not qualified for anything. But the truth is, I just started going through them. I went on vacation. I came back. I had to catch up in the world, and just started going through them. So we are starting to figure out exactly what we need from people, and then we're finding the right people to actually fill those roles. So yes, thank you very much for everyone who went to fantasycares.org and filled out the form so far. Mm-hmm. But we barely started even trying to figure out what to do with all of you wonderful people that want to help.
Oh, that'll be good. Be good to get some fresh blood in here. Is that the way you phrase it?
Yeah. That sounds more like replacing the older blood.
Yeah, which we won't be doing. Yeah, it's always a snipe fest in that league. Everybody knows the guy. I'm in it and Charge is in it, and so everybody in the league always knows who we like. So it's kind of par for the course.
Yeah, I know you're talking redraft, but it's like anytime I do a startup for Dynasty, I'm gonna have to trade for T. Higgins and Calvin Ridley after the draft because someone's gonna know. So they know me well enough that I'll pay stupid prices for the guys I like just because I'm an idiot and I talk too much so everyone knows who I like. But here we go. Let's find out who's going to win a mystery jersey. I was about to say I can't hold it up yet, but here we go. Let's shuffle it one more time because every day we're shuffling.
Let's go.
Oh man, Oh, Andy Wingerson, congratulations. You are the winner of, I don't know, we'll find out in a second because I need to type Andy Wingerson. Also, hey, how's it going, Andy Wingerson? Your name doesn't sound super familiar, so it's awesome that you're here and hanging out with us.
I've definitely thrown Wingerson into the wheel before. It was probably the week you were gone. He actually doesn't like to come on the shows that you're here, so that's probably.
Oh, sorry, I screwed that up. That's my bad. From now on, I'll put in the tweet who's hosting, so you know not to be here when I'm here. But congratulations, Andy Wingerson, you win.
Alex Smith.
Like I would just give away an Alex Smith. Come on now.
I mean, it's I don't know.
Marquez Valdez Scantling. Congratulations, Andy. Apparently you have won something. Whoops, I'm hitting buttons in the wrong place. He's saying he won something, and Bob's saying he sent him Riley Ridley jersey. Nice, which means you also won the spin wheel because that was a side prize as well.
Wow.
So congratulations,
Riley Ridley. This man, Wingerson is really racking up the wide receivers.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call them. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the leading scorers of you people, the people of SFB 14, of which Scott nor I are on. Andrew Bartlett, number 1 at Mr_Bartleby from the McLovin division, up at 267.48. Steve Thode at St. Louis Soil from Slimer. Then we have Lewis Wood from Harry Potter. There you go. London Live, baby. Dylan Tyler from Jack Skellington at 263.94. Jonathan Swafford of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, which I believe was also another London Live, at 263. Going for 2s, Rahul Natarajan from the Captain Barbosa division. Like one of the best characters just in the last few decades. Jeffrey Rush was just so good. From the Maverick division, we have Pranav Kulkarni, Kevin Gill from Indiana Jones, from Dynasty Nerds, Andrew Sherber at Fake Footballs, and Donatello. That's my turtle. That's my favorite turtle, Donatello. And number 10, I believe it is, from the Ghostface division, John Burton at 250.96. So the top 10 people from 267.48 to 250.96. That is 17 points at the top end, or 16 and a half. Yet 12 points was like 400 spots between Scott and me. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that is crazy.
That just shows the bell curve of scoring, right? There's so many more people that score in that area.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. This is what we were talking about. Next week, we're going to do, if you were here with us last year, every week we do a goodness giveaway where we give away some goodness. And next week, we're going to be giving away a Kyle Pitts signed jersey. He caught a touchdown, baby. Go to fantasycares.org/GG, fantasycares.org/GG, and make your donation. $5 is an entry. Every $5 gives you another entry. So please, fantasycares.org/GG. We'll be tweeting about it and all of that good social media stuff throughout the week to remind you all. But since you're all here and watching, you get your names in first, even though that doesn't really matter. But go to fantasycares.org/GG for goodness giveaway to have your chance to win Kyle Pitts. Look at that. He's so excited he couldn't breathe that he had to yawn. That's what that was. That's what that yawn was that it just
so excited. Kyle Pitts. I'm gonna go try to trade Kyle Pitts right now.
So thank you everyone for hanging out with us on a Tuesday afternoon. Our catch up on the goodness that is Scott Fishbowl 14 and its week 1 wrap up. That's about it for me. You have anything you want to add before we're off of here?
No, just I hope you're having a good week and a good day, and thanks for joining us.
Oh, and it would have been great if while Scott was saying goodbye, I went and found the video I wanted to use, but I did not do that. So, oh man, I gotta use the retro. No, I can't use the retro one again because that's the one I just, you know what?